Three musketeers, disheartened, decided to retire from the martial world until the appearance of a boy named Xiao Shuai brought a turning point. Xiao Shuai's father was also a master musketeer, and under his father's careful tutelage, Xiao Shuai mastered superb swordsmanship. One day, he decided to go to Paris to make a name for himself. But not long after descending the mountain, he encountered the bishop's bodyguards and saw them mocking his BMW. Young and impetuous, he immediately demanded an apology, but he was outmatched and was shot in the arm during the fight. Just as Xiao Shuai was about to die, he was spotted by Bo Mei, who happened to be passing by. To prove his swordsmanship, Xiao Shuai invited the three strongest swordmasters in the area. But just as the two sides were preparing for their duel, a group of guards rushed over. It turned out that the four men were surrounded because of an illegal fight. Facing the predicament, they did not give up and quickly defeated the hundreds of guards with their superb swordsmanship. Xiao Shuai's extraordinary swordsmanship was also recognized by the three musketeers, so they decided to form the Four Swordsmen to continue to do good and eliminate evil. Before long, their fame reached the king's ears. With a royal decree, the Four Swordsmen were summoned to the palace. They thought that this time they would die, but unexpectedly, the king not only did not punish them, but also rewarded them with a lot of gold and appointed them as the king's personal guards. On the other side, the bishop, harboring ulterior motives, attempted to sow discord between the king and queen, thereby instigating a war between England and France. He found the alluring Bo Mei and instructed her to steal the necklace the king had given the queen as a token of their love, then secretly place it in the drawer of an English earl, thus creating the illusion of the queen's infidelity. However, he never expected that his scheme had already been discovered by the queen. Now, the necklace had vanished. To retrieve it as quickly as possible, the queen sent her maid to find the three retired swordsmen, hoping they would travel to England to retrieve the necklace. But when the group arrived full of confidence, later they discovered that the place where the necklace was stored was heavily guarded. Left with no other option, they resorted to a diversionary tactic, quickly creating chaos and successfully distracting the guards. They then arranged for Xiao Shuai to be deliberately provoked by the earl to distract it, while the others stole the earl's airship. They then bombarded the earl's castle, and Xiao Shuai narrowly escaped from the ruins. The four then began to analyze the situation carefully and unanimously concluded that the necklace was hidden on Bo Mei. They bribed the coachman beforehand and then slowly lowered the carriage into the air. Bo Mei realized she had been tricked, and with nowhere to go, had no choice but to hand over the necklace. She then jumped from the airship, dying instantly. She ultimately paid for her greed with her life. With the queen's necklace successfully recovered, a dangerous